Hi, I'm Maisie Williams and I play Arya Stark. Arya is the daughter of a lord, but she doesn't really want to be. She doesn't get on very well with her sister, and I think her mother hopes that she would be a little bit more like her sister. I guess her father kind of feels like that too.
Relax your bow arm.
But Arya's a little different to everyone else. She's always dreamt of being a warrior and going off into battle.
This is no toy. Be careful you don't cut yourself.
She's closest to her brother, Jon Snow.
You're so skinny.
So are you.
They've always clicked. I think they've both always felt a little bit like they don't fit. Jon for more obvious reasons than Arya.
First lesson. Sticking with the pointy end.
I know which end to use.
They've always found an unlikely friendship in each other.
I need you, Ned. Down at King's Landing, not up here where you're no damn use to anybody.
Arya and Sansa are forced to go with their father down to King's Landing because he becomes Hand of the King.
Who are you?
Your dancing master, Syrio Forel.
While she's there, she is given water dancing lessons.
All men are made of water. Do you know this? If you pierce them, the water leaks out, and they die.
Syrio Forel taught her all of her first early lessons in fighting and surviving. She finds herself on the Sept of Baelor, witnessing quite possibly the most horrific thing that you can imagine for this young girl. She was very confused seeing Sansa up there, not doing anything, seemingly not doing anything, and I guess for a long time she just blamed Sansa for what had happened.
Bring me his head! No! Stop! Please, someone stop him!
In the midst of Arya's world basically coming crashing down, a familiar face sort of appears out of the crowd.
Don't look!
Let me go! Let me go!
Shut your mouth!
It's a man called Yoren who she knows her father knows.
You'll be coming with me, boy, and you'll be keeping your mouth shut.
So she ends up going with him, but the road is a bit of a dangerous place for a girl, so he cuts her hair off, and she's then known from then on as Arya the Orphan Boy. So it's not the easiest place to make friends, but she comes across a boy called Gendry, and a boy called Hot Pie, and another boy called Lummy. She sort of makes unlikely friends with them. One night, the whole group gets ambushed.
What do we have here?
No!
She loses her sword.
That's a fine little blade. Maybe I'll pick my teeth with it.
She also loses one of her friends, Lummy, who gets stabbed in the neck by that very sword, which is actually really dark now that you think about it. The night that the group was ambushed, Yoren tells Arya about a list that he used to tell himself every night that would just keep him focused and keep him going.
It got to the point where I would say his name every night before I went to bed. Willem, Willem, Willem.
This idea of a list of names of people that she's gonna murder. It's almost like a purpose for, being alive. The Lannister soldiers took us to Harrenhal.
The girl says nothing.
She ended up saving Jaqen during the whole ambush. So he granted her like 3 wishes, but the 3 wishes were people that she wanted to kill. So he ends up killing the guards that it takes for Arya, Gendry, and Hot Pie to all escape in the middle of the night. I think it really entices Arya to eventually end up going to see more about what's further east. It really fascinates her, the way in which he kills these people.
If the day comes when you must find me again, just give that coin to any man from Bravos and say these words to him. Vala Morgulis.
And then he changes his face into a completely new face and just walks off into the sunset, which further entices Arya into like another world and like a new purpose in life. But I think she focuses on what she needs to do, and she needs to go north, and she needs to find her mother and brother and her sister and make sure that they're all okay. She's free from Harrenhal and she's heading north, and then, surprise, surprise, she gets captured again.
3 young ones on the run.
carrying castle-forged swords. You escaped from Harrenhal?
Who are you?
The Brotherhood without banners.
They captured her, and while she was there with them, they captured another outlaw, and it was the Hound. He happens to also be on her list because he killed her friend Micah.
He was 12 years old. He was unarmed. And you rode him down. You slung him over your horse like he was some deer.
Aye, he was a bleeder.
He has to do trial by combat, and he goes against Beric Dondarrion. And right before the fight, Beric uses his dark magic and lights up the sword, and the Hound is petrified of fire. Arya's already off to a great start. It's a brutal fight. It took like 3 days to shoot, and it was so hot, and they were doing amazingly, but I was like dying, and I wasn't even fighting. They're fighting and fighting, and it gets really, really close, and at the end, the Hound ends up winning, and he plunges the sword right down through Beric's shoulder, all the way down to like his heart.
Lord, cast your light upon this man, your servant.
Beric dies. Then Thoros brings Beric back. But the Hound still won fair and square, so they release the Hound, and he gets to go, and Arya's furious about it.
Let me go!
Looks like the god likes me more than your butcher's boy.
Burn in hell!
I remember just having the most fun doing that. So much fun. When else do you get to just scream at the top of your lungs, burn in hell? The next time we see them, Melisandre comes and ends up buying Gendry.
Forgive me, lad.
Because she knows about his royal blood.
What are you doing? Let go of him!
And then Arya runs away and is finally on her way home again when, oh, surprise, surprise, the Hound ends up picking her up.
Kick all you like, wolf, go. Won't do you no good.
The Hound wants to sell Arya back to the Starks who are at the Twins. And they get there and it's all very exciting. She thinks that she's going to see her family again. And of course, this is Game of Thrones and bad things happen all the time. And when she gets to the gates, knows about his royal